Mamta.
Good afternoon, dear. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And what about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so
So,
Mamta, we are meeting first time. So would you introduce yourself?
yes, ma'am, of course. Thank you for giving me opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Mamta Yadav. I am from Haryana. My district is Gurugram, and I have done BCA. As a profession, I am a computer instructor. That's all about myself.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Varsha and I hail from snowy and scenic beauty of Himachal Pradesh, but currently reside in Punjab with my family. And being a language enthusiastic, I have started my YouTube channel based on conversational videos. Yeah, that's all about me. So, Mamta, I have started a series for those who are just thinking about learning English and speaking English, but somehow they are not able to start their journey. So, if I'll ask you, so how did you start your journey? Like, when did you think about learning English and how did you start?
Okay. English learning it, it was my dream from childhood. But earlier, I couldn't get the chance to learn the language. But during Corona time, I had lots of free time. So I started my journey during Corona time. And I was also enthusiastic to learn English language. I also wanted to become a fluent speaker of English like others. So then I got time, lots of time, and I started learning. And I gave my 100% to learn the language. Then it will become it became possible to speak English and learn English as well. And if I talk
Yeah,
about
that's
my conversation journey on this app, I started it February 2024. It's been almost 6 months.
yeah. Okay. So, Mamta, when did you think about learning English? So, how did you start? Like with grammar, with sentence structure. So, what was the first step have you taken
Okay,
towards your
I
English?
so as I told you, I started learning English during Corona time. First of all, I learned tenses, how to form the sentence in present tense, past indefinite tense. First, I clear my all the tenses. Then I learn other things like modals, conditionals, positive verbs. Slowly, I learn everything. And simultaneously, I was conversing with my partner as well. So, on the one hand, I was improving my grammar skill, and on the other hand, I was improving my speaking skill with my partner.
So, who was your partner at that time?
Earlier, uh, my partner was Sangeeta Palka. She is from Maharashtra, and we used to converse with each other every day. And nowadays, she is quite busy. That is why we are not connecting, but sometimes we connect. But nowadays, I am consistent on Skype app. Every day, I converse with co-learners. That is how I'm improving my speaking skill and grammar. If I talk about grammar portion, so I watch grammar related videos on YouTube channel.
Okay. So, as you told me, your initial stage, you have learned tenses, and how did you know that you have to learn tenses and all the stuff? Because sometimes people are just they are tangled up with the grammar. That what should I learn first, and then second, and then third, and in this way, they are not able to learn or speak.
Yeah, ma'am, definitely. If we want to form the sentence, so tenses are needed. Without tenses, we can't form the sentence. So the base is, uh, in my point of views, tenses is base. So everybody learn tenses first. Every
Okay,
rules like causative verbs and conditional sentences. and others like modals also. Uh, in these rules, somewhere we use tenses, and it totally depends on tenses. And according to tenses, we use verb first form, second form, third form, whether it is causative verb, conditionals. So that is why I'm saying we should learn tenses first.
We can say that like this. Okay, tenses is all about time, that whenever we are talking to each other, so definitely we are talking in present, we are talking about past and future. So for that reason we have to need to learn tenses firstly and then other things. Okay, so that's great. And what about vocabulary? How do you learn vocabulary and how do you use vocabulary in your conversation?
Yeah, by watching videos, I learn vocabularies and phrases. Nowadays, we are using phrases most of the times. Means phrases are in trend. You also know, and phrase idioms and proverbs also. We use less words, but we use more phrases in combination of words. So
Yeah,
by watching videos, I learn phrases and uh, idioms and proverbs, and then I try to put that phrases in my conversation, whatever I have learned earlier and recent, whatever I am learning recently. So every time I try to use that word in my conversation. And this is how, if we use that word and phrases in our conversation at least 10 times, so the word and phrases will become our. It
definitely.
happens.
This is Yeah, it happens. Like if you have learned any new word, so you can share here that we can also learn that word from you.
Yeah, if I don't know the meaning of that word, I try to find out the meaning of that word. I do Google most of the time.
So, like, I just want to tell you one word that I have learned recently. That is grapple. Like GR and then apple. So it means to struggle. So, we can create a sentence uh, nearby it, like, okay, so I am grappling to find my niche as of now. So I have created a sentence for myself that, okay, in this way I can learn this vocabulary word and I can use this vocabulary word in my communication skill deliberately. So this is the main purpose of learning vocabulary and how to use it vocabulary in our communication skills. So in this way we can learn and we can speak. Okay, so that's great. Okay, tell me something about pronunciation. Do you learn how to pronounce a word, or like intonation, voice modulation is also important when we are conversing with people?
The pronunciation is important, but sometimes I also commit mistakes while pronounce any words. I'm also learning by watching videos, and there are lots of videos who correct our pronunciation. There are lots of mentor on YouTube. They correct the pronunciation of the learner. Even there are lots of videos like English Yari. English Yari is an app, and but co-learners are converse on English Yari, and
That's right.
there is who all are teacher over there. They correct their co-learner, and then the co-learner upload that video on their YouTube channel. If we watch that video, so we can improve our pronunciation as well. And otherwise, you can watch videos related to pronunciation.
Pronunciation. You know what is happening nowadays? Like there is a British accent and American accent. So
Yeah,
both are going together. So sometimes the people is speaking like often. So some people are speaking like often. So both are correct. But another people is thinking, okay, he's speaking like often, because earlier we used to speak often. And then another word is schedule, and nowadays schedule. So both are correct.
ideal.
So difference between British English and American English. So this is the difference between. Yeah, we can learn pronunciation as well, because while we are learning English, so definitely vocabulary part
Yeah,
is must, pronunciation. Yeah,
it doesn't matter we are speaking British and American, but we should know about both pronunciation. Whether we are using American, we should know about British pronunciation as well. So it has to understand the meaning of the sentence, what they are saying. If we don't know the meaning often and often, we know only often, we don't know often. So if somebody use often in front of us, that time we would become we would confuse. So we
yes,
should
yes.
know the both pronunciation. It is
Yeah, but
necessary.
nowadays, like this is very easy to learn pronunciation vocabulary, because there are so many apps and conversational videos that we can learn from there. So yeah. So Mamta, nice to talk to you. But last, not the least, I just want to ask you about your final tip that you want to give co-learners who are just thinking in their mind that okay, I will start tomorrow. They are lame excuses, because I can say that. Grammar is a daunting task for them, as you have started your journey from your initial stage, so you can give any tips for those.
Yeah, I would like to give one suggestion. So my suggestion is this: if you are learning English language, so be consistent. Whether you are not learning any rules and phrases and grammars, it doesn't matter. But whatever you have, whatever knowledge you have, you can start with that. But start speaking if you want to learn, and by listening also you can learn. There is nothing necessary to learn the grammars. I have seen many auto drivers and vegetable vendor as well, and they also speak English, but they don't know how to write. Uh, what is the rule of that sentence behind that sentence? But they are speaking because they listen every day, and they the visitor come over there and they speak English, and by listening they grab everything and they start speaking English language. They can speak but they can't write.
Yeah, so listening and speaking is must whenever you are
More
learning
important.
any. So yeah, and another thing is that consistency is the key of success, and practice and
Consistent.
yes. Yeah, so Mamta, nice to talk to you, and thank you for giving me your valuable time.
Thank you, you too, ma'am. Okay.